All right, let's get started. So, exciting announcements across the board. First, most important announcement is please join us on Discord. Why? Because we are having a community challenge called the Harvest Goddess Design Challenge. So go to istebrak.com and click on the community tab. Click here to join the Discord server. We've got an announcements room and a bulletin room. The announcements obviously is, you come in and there's stream announcements, all of that. Harvest Goddess Design Challenge, if you want to check that out, go to istebrak.com. Click on the Reddit icon here. It'll take you to the subreddit, which is the heart of the community. This is where I pick pieces to critique on Critique Hour. And it's free. You can join it, submit your art, I critique your art, all free. Even the streams are free. And there's another little thing that we're doing in September, which is the SKETCHTEMBER. I have written 30 days of prompts on a SKETCHTEMBER calendar of sorts, a schedule calendar. Every day you get a sketch prompt, and we're all going to be sketching them together. Just been combing through it with a fine-tooth comb, making sure that I have enough animal prompts, character prompts, environment prompts, architectural prompts. It will be released September 1st, and it'll be released exclusively to the Discord group. Again, the Discord group is free. Anybody can join, and obviously join us on the subreddit here if you want to submit your art for critique. So first and foremost, I gave the nose a less boxy, more organic shape. That means that I've just curled the nostrils up the way they would naturally. And then I'm moving the eyes in to make them more focused. Even moving just one eye helped it look more focused. Take a look at that. But you see how spaced out it was before? Almost derpy looking. So just that alone boosted the skill miles. Do you guys see that difference? Before, after, before, after. So add the activity of the anatomy that you paint to the list of things you want to improve on. Active features, functional features. And then I'm just tucking in the outer corner of the lips. Take a look. If you're just listening to me on the side, stop watching Naruto or whatever it is, or gaming on the side, or if you're in mid-match, just pull over for a second and have a look at this. Before, after. The lips start to rotate back with the face, but also it's just the curved lines right here, right? These go on forever. These go on until the lips end. And these are the outer volume curves of the lips, which are revealed in three-quarter view. So three-quarter view is one of those things, those subjects of study that drops your skill just by attempting it. So now I'm going to just block, and I'm going to block according to the direction of the light source. One big block here that's problematic, it's missing, and it's problematic, is that you're value sharing because you forgot to block the side of the nose as a separate entity from the rest of the face. Basically the geometry, where geometry meets anatomy, you guys are sacrificing that for these little discoloration and pigmentation things you're adding. That excessive blush. This still has contouring, this still has blush. It's just, it has not damaged that meeting point between anatomy and geometry, which is what I call geometric anatomy. So you guys forget that the contour mesh line that runs along the temple is the same line that is the edge. Because this edge is a representation of what it used to look like when it faced the camera in this angle, before it flipped and became the other side. So before, do you see how it looks like you just got a razor and just shaved off her bone structure? What I'm going to do is get rid of that line you have around the eyes, which is actually flatten the eyes. And I'm going to grab that blue and I'm going to use it on the white of the eye. So I could go on and on about portraits. Really, it's just this, you can always go further with a portrait, and as you can see from my personal gallery, I always love pushing the realism in portraits. I love pushing the realism with anything I draw, but with portraits especially. But I have to stop somewhere. I'm just going to add a little bit of a bounce light before I stop, right above the nostril, and blend out the top half of that. And I'm just throwing in this general roughness, so you don't and should not try to paint every lash, but you should give a general like illusion of texture for that area. Huge eyes, yeah. So just a little bit goes a long way. All right, so are you guys ready to see the before? So before, right, so you see the shaved off look in the eyes, I mean in the face, and the derpiness in the eyes, which means that the pupils in the iris were separate from each other. All right, the missing shadow of the lash line, the overexposed skin. This is classic example of someone who doesn't know how to paint a front view face, who tried a 3/4 view face too soon. You must do a 14-day challenge for the front view. Every artist, big or small, environment or character artist, needs to do a 14-day challenge. Why? Because it puts you through the required amount of mileage and critiquing needed to get better at portraits. Portraits are different from knowing how to paint mountains. Every single feature is individual, and no single angle is similar to the other. And the simple change of perspective reveals all kinds of contours in the cheekbones. The side view is its own study subject compared to the 3/4 view, the front view. It's like a powerhouse of skill. You could spend your life studying faces and it wouldn't be a wasted life. Obviously, I'm biased because I'm a portrait specialist, but still, I recommend every artist at least do 7 days of the 14 days. It's not 7 days in a row or 14 days in a row. It can be, so one of my private tutoring students did one portrait a month for their 14-day challenge and finally finished it after a year. And you know, some months. So it's about whether or not you finish it. It's not about how fast you can do it or how slow it takes. It's not about that. It's about getting that mileage under your belt, calling it a day, saying that's my skill set and I can do it. So all the mistakes I covered today were really simple to understand. So there's a lot of telltale signs here for an artist that's struggling with blind spots because there's no bridge between geometry and light and anatomy at the moment, and just the general stress and anxiety that comes from going into 3/4 view, plus unlearned mileage from front view. So you're in this limbo where you want to create and build, and that's great. You created something. We had a learning opportunity today. That's wonderful. But you still had just really high number of fundamental mistakes. That means you should stop, drop, and do a 14-day challenge in grayscale. Take a break. Eventually you have to stop, you know, with the fun stuff, right? Like there's got to be a day or a week or month in the year where you just did studies. I mean, that has to be acceptable to you. It can't be you know, forever like something that you just can't get over mentally. It can't just be a mental hurdle for the rest of your life, taking the time to build mileage. I mean, when are you going to build it? How are you going to do it? When are you going to get good? That's a question I'm asking you. When are you going to get good? Like when? Like 2 years from now, when you finally bridge the mileage you need? Or next month, when you just did a couple of 14-day challenge submissions, posted it to the subreddit, got good critiques? You're not going to stay in this skill for much longer if you're part of a community. So like when is really the question of when you're going to bridge that mileage, and when would you like to schedule that in to get better? Paint enough, paint the right way, get critiques. That's the secret formula to getting better, so that by 3 months from now, this is your before and after. But everybody on my private tutoring page has, it's either a 1 year improvement, this is just the showcase, or a couple months improvement, and it's all because of the 14-day challenge format. Okay, so just believe in this system, believe in that critiquing, back and forth, repainting, note-taking system. It works. Again, if you are interested in my I haven't gone in depth today for all the stuff that I've done, but my masterclass goes into everything that I cover in private tutoring or otherwise. So please consider that, put a bookmark on that for the sales when they come out. now we can have some fun. So I'm going to give her some quick shoulders. And I just want to get the feeling that, you know, she's in front of a stained glass window. And I'm just gonna crop lower. Right, before, after. Just take a look at those rotation changes. And then this is the after with adding a little bit of story, just so the scene feels complete. I really appreciate you guys coming out to the live streams. If you want to watch the live streams, if you want to be a part of the discussion, go to istebrak.com and click on the subreddit icon right here. It'll take you straight to the subreddit. Let me see if anybody has any questions. You're fine to share stills. It's not like you signed an NDA, right? And please join us on Discord, because SKETCHTEMBER is happening and it's amazing, and all the prompts, put so much thought and love into those prompts. So please, please, please join us on Discord. I beg you. And if you learned something today, please consider joining as a $1 patron. That's just $1 a month for all of the recordings from Critique Hour, all this fun stuff. You get the full recording. You don't get the edited video. On Patreon, and you get lots of notifications and all of that. So it's really fun being part of the Discord, because you can still stay very, very active in the community. You don't have to be a watcher to be part of the Discord, but I think all my watchers are part of the Discord already. And sales for my masterclass will be out very soon. Everything you learned today, but way more in depth for front view, and it applies to all kinds of faces. And that's it. Join us on Discord. The subreddit is right here. Please join. This is where I picked today's piece to critique. And thank you for coming, everyone. I'll see you guys possibly on Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Bye.